so let's get into why we did a top 5 about games. The big story this week, I'm sure this is not news to you. You've probably heard it everywhere on CNBC, from CNBC to your Facebook feed. GameStop is in the news, and people are like, what's GameStop? Well, GameStop is that place where you go buy a game for $60.
It's like a bookstore. What is that?
Yeah, you go buy a game for $60, you finish it, you go back a week to trade it in, and they give you $15. That's GameStop. So basically what's happened with GameStop is that, a lot of gamers now can download video games straight from their consoles, right? From the PSN or the Xbox Marketplace, right? So there's far less of a reason to ever go to a digital store and buy a
It's
game.
the Blockbuster of video games.
Right. So even the digital presence where you could just buy from them online and they deliver it to you, you don't need to do that because people opt for the digital version over disc version. So it's like, okay, where's GameStop's money gonna come from? Not many places. They do sell Funko Pops. They sell paraphernalia and stuff like that. But their business was going down, and investors were seeing this. Hedge fund people were seeing this. They're like, okay, it doesn't have a sustainable model. We know that a lot of people are playing games a lot more because it's a pandemic, but they're not relying on GameStop for those games. So let's go ahead and short the stocks, which essentially, I'm not gonna go describe what shorting a stock is, but it essentially boils down to you're betting against a stock. You're betting on that stock falling in value. So all these investors did this. Well, there was this subreddit on the site Reddit called Wall Street Bets, where all these people were saying, let's buy GameStop.
Yeah.
GameStop, sorry. GameSpot is a website that reviews games. Let's buy GameStop, GME. I'm going to call it GME for the rest of the video so that I don't make that mistake again. The reason they were saying let's buy GME is because all these people shorting the stock, if the price starts to go up, in order to kind of hedge their bets on that short, they have to buy more stocks. So if GME is trading at $6 per share, and you and all your friends go and buy it, it drives up the price because it's like supply and demand, right? So it's going from $6 to $12. But now these people who are trying to short the stock, they're like, oh, we're going to lose all these millions and billions that we've bet on the shorts. So we have to buy more stocks to hedge that bet. So now that 12 has now gone up to 18. And now your average Joe, like myself or whatever, is seeing this, like, oh, it's at 18. Let me go in and buy some. So then that goes up even more to 24. So it just keeps stacking like that. So GME went from $6 to, at one point today, trading at $490. It's hovering around the 300 range right now. So that was the big thing that happened, right? Where it's like Main Street versus Wall Street, right? These hedge fund people were like, this is market manipulation. You shouldn't do this. The Main Street people were like,
only we can do this.
This is the free market, you buy and sell, you drive. This is what happens when you don't regulate, right? So that was going on. And then real quick before I pass it off to you, today what happened was that Robinhood restricted the purchasing of GameStop, GME, but also AMC, like the movie theater chain, and Nokia, because those two also came up on Wall Street Buys, the subreddit. They restricted buying of that stock, and because you can't buy, that drops the stock price. So the stock price of GME, Nokia, AMC all went down, and people started accusing Robinhood of working in favor of the hedge funds, because a lot of Robinhood's funding actually does come from Citadel, a group that had lost billions this week due to the shorts. So that's where we are today. Robinhood did send me an email saying that they'll allow limited trading of those stocks tomorrow. But I think it's one of those things where they're trying to save face. All right, thoughts?
So I don't really get to trade in the market. It's honestly, it has nothing to do with not wanting to do it. I mean, like, if you're living in a capitalist world, you should, do whatever you can to benefit, right, from it. my thing is it's just fear of like losing money, honestly. Like because I don't know enough about it to do it.
And you know, that's a very important thing you said, a good thing you said actually, because one thing I tell people, and let me start off by saying, by the way, we're not a financial investment channel or whatever. This is not advice. We're just telling you what we've seen.
We're just two dudes talking about something.
Right, exactly. One thing I always tell people, don't put money in that you're not okay with losing. It's the same thing I do when I go to Vegas and I go play blackjack. I always take 500 with me, and I'm like, it's because I'm on vacation, and if I lose this 500, I'll consider it the cost of vacationing. Same thing I do when I'm investing in Robinhood, right? I'm like, okay, I'm okay losing this amount of money. There are some people who have Robinhood Gold and they borrow against margins in order to buy these things. The problem is, if you lose that money, you still have to pay Robinhood back that money.
And isn't that what they said that the hedge fund people were doing?
Yeah, but not,
they kind of do something like that.
But not to Robinhood, but to whatever brokerage they're using. Yes, they were borrowing against margins.
Because now they were borrowing it, they still have to pay it back. Now that they have to have to buy out or sell, no, whatever it is, like they have to buy.
They have to buy more
in order to give back their stock. So it's kind of like, look, one, I'm gonna say real quickly to the people on Reddit who did this. This is like the humble. That's like the humble Twitter, you know, like the not the humble Twitter, the feel good Twitter, right? It was just them doing. It's ironic, right, that an app named Robinhood is stopping people who were not really doing what Robinhood did, right? They weren't stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, but they were like you said, Main Street versus Wall Street, kind of like Robinhood-ish, right? Like a big FU to these guys. Hey, you guys are purposely trying to cause this stock to go down because you're going to make money off of it.
Yes, so you can buy on the low and then bring it up a little. Yeah.
So we're gonna beat you at that game, and the free market. We're gonna do the free market the way the free market is supposed to be done, right? The free market drives itself, doesn't it?
Yeah. And you know, I've kind of gone through an evolution this week on this matter. First of all, when it went up to, I think by the end of Monday, it went up to like $200. No, $150. I put an option put on GameStop, which basically means that I'm saying that if it's at this price now, because it was like 80 at the time, I put a put at 36, saying that I think GameStop is going to fall below $36. So that means that I can buy it at whatever price it falls to and sell it for $36. So make a profit that way. I was betting that it's gonna tank. Obviously, it didn't. It went the other direction. And that's a lot of what these guys have been doing. I've gone through an evolution on this matter throughout the week, right? Monday, I didn't like it not because I was losing money on it. I didn't like it because I was like, this looks like textbook market manipulation, right? There's nothing GameStop has done to warrant a valuation of $15 billion of their company, right? They haven't fundamentally changed their model to now say that, okay, now we're worth 300 per share. So all that's going to happen is that maybe the CEOs, but also middle management and maybe people lower than that who maybe have stock options in the company. I don't know if GameStop is one of those that give stock options. I know my company does. I know a lot of other companies do give stock options to people. The people who have those stock options will, yes, they'll look at their 401k and it's gone up. They can't cash out. So they're going to be left holding the bag when that thing finally drops to rock bottom. And those people are going to lose a lot of their money on the backs of some Redditors just wanting to game the system. That was my issue with it. However, what Robinhood did today was messed up. You can't do that. You can't, because what Robinhood did today was actual manipulation. Whereas you could say the Reddit thing may not have been market manipulation in the strictest sense. What Robinhood did today was clearly market manipulation, because you stop people from buying, it drops.
You know what the Reddit users basically kind of did? They kind of used what I like to refer as socialist capitalism, right? Okay. You all get together to boost this up for the better good of the regular people, not the billionaires and billionaires who aren't going to lose money. Who what was it somebody put on Facebook or Twitter? Guys, you got to be concerned, okay? Guys who own two boats are losing money.
Yeah, the guys in the NBAs are losing money, and they're gonna have to stop eating avocado toast or something like that. They're gonna have to learn the skill.
Start selling one of their boats. Yeah. So honestly, like, again, I don't really know enough about stock to really want to put myself out there and saying this or that. But I will say that if the free market is a free market, let it be a free market. Let the market itself decide. The market is, or stop arguing that, hey, this is the land where you can, play the stock market. You can become a billionaire. Play the stock market. I was like, no, it's basically the way Robinhood kind of put into a lot of people's heads is saying this is set up for the capitalists to keep making capital. And if they lose capital in order for the main street to gain it, we're going to, figure out the game, we're going to move the goalposts.
Even though Robinhood's whole business model, or whole brand was about democratizing the stock market, right? Because before, you'd have to have Merrill Lynch or Charles Schwab or one of those things to go and place all these trades, right? And I remember when I opened Merrill Lynch back in 2018, just because it came for free with my Bank of America, I placed 2 trades, and each of them cost me $6.99 to place a trade. That was the commission fee, right? And at the time, I didn't have a lot of money. I was like placing trades of like $20. So basically, a $20 stock cost me $26 or $27 to place the trade. It was stupid. So I left those stocks in Merrill Lynch, and I didn't touch it again till just this past summer. I downloaded Robinhood later that year, later 2018, and I've been using that because there's no commissions, right? And it was supposed to be, hey, everybody else, normal guy, Trader Joe's, you should be able to trade stocks without worrying about high commissions and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And because of that, it drove people like Merrill Lynch to no longer have these $6.99 commissions. I think it's like 3 cents now to make trades in Merrill Lynch, which is a lot better. But now they're losing that brand identity if they're saying, yeah, I know we said that we want everyone to be able to do this, but not if it hurts our funders. So
that was gonna be my question to you is, so Robinhood isn't the end all be all on trading, right? Like you can use
there's many
like
places.
is E-Trade one of them?
E-Trade is one of them, but E-Trade is on the level of, I think it's on the level of Merrill Lynch and all that stuff. Okay. Whereas I think as far as like the democratized stock market type of app, we're talking about like Webull. That's like the next Robinhood. And I was telling someone today on Facebook, this looks like what happened to MySpace, where MySpace basically pioneered social media, and Facebook comes in and just swoops in because MySpace just won't move along with the times. Robinhood, in a sense, it's like, yeah, I know we said we're social media of stocks, but actually we're still beholden to the old guard. And
do you think so? You think this is gonna hurt Robinhood in the long run? People are gonna. You think people are gonna need to go somewhere else?
It's gonna take time for them to recover, and I think because of how public this has all been, like I have people on my Facebook feed who don't know a damn thing about stock markets talking about this, and so because of how public this has been, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt for a while. Someone said it took 7 years to build this brand, and it took 1 day to tear it down.
1 day. That ain't that how it works though?
Yeah.
Isn't that how? Like, what is it? Rome wasn't built in a day, but it sure as hell seems like it fell like hard
overnight,
real fast, right?
Yeah.
That's just how it is, and then they got exposed. That's really what they did. Because the thing is, though, I think they sent letters of like how they can start selling the stock without your permission and stuff like that.
Oh no! So I don't know if they sent those letters. I didn't get one like that. So I bought AMC yesterday because I was like, well, I'm shorting GameStop in case it's false. But in case this whole thing keeps going up, I'm gonna buy AMC. So I bought AMC. And then I got this thing saying that I can't buy any more AMC. I was like, all right, whatever. I already have them. But I saw somewhere that apparently they were selling off people's GameStops. I didn't own any GameStop, so I don't know. But if they were doing that without their knowledge, I think that's pretty bad. I think they could really get sued for that. And I know there's already a class action lawsuit.
Done a class action suit.
Yeah.
They've already started one. Which I'm like, damn, I didn't know I thought it took a while to start those.
Oh, they were ready. Southern District of New York.
Sure.
So Yeah, if they really were selling off people's GameStop without their knowledge, that's bad. They
And then
shouldn't
the
be able
thing
to
is,
do
though,
that.
I think Robinhood kind of has this whole idea, like you said, there's a social media of trading, right? But
Mhm.
they don't realize there's people who are millionaires who use social media. There are people
Yeah.
who are, you know what I mean? People who actually know what they're doing with their money, who probably are doing this on the low. It's like, look, I'm not trying to make it my career to be trading stock, but I do enjoy being able to buy my, like, you know, a nice Lamborghini or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Elon Musk, it was either Sunday night or Monday night. But it's probably Monday night. Just tweeted game stunk, right? Like he didn't spell it correctly for obvious reasons, because then the SEC will be like, "What are you doing?" So he tweeted game stunk. The next day, skyrocketed, and that's a problem. I think that is textbook market manipulation. Someone with an obvious, high
obvious,
profile,
yeah.
yeah, if he has shares in it, which he really doesn't need to, he's got like billions, but maybe he has friends that has shares in it. He can just say, "Hey, this stock," and then everyone's like, "Oh, Elon Musk said this," and then everyone goes buys it, and it drives up those stocks. Those people go and sell their stocks, and they've made money. That's market manipulation. I don't think that's cool. And I think some of that has been going on. I think where you have richer people, kind of telling people, "Hey, go look at the stock." They're like, "Hey, this person has a blue check mark. Let me go look at it."
Like I said, it's the capitalist market is ran by capitalists, because actually there's something similar going on with which we're about to go into the Biden's inauguration, right? You heard about Nancy Pelosi buying Tesla stock,
No, her
a
husband,
shitload of
her
Tesla
husband,
stock, huh?
her
Oh,
husband.
come on.
No, it
And yeah,
was
it's her
yeah.
husband buying it, but come on. And then there's
We,
about to
we have
be
to call
something.
it. He's independently wealthy. We have to say it's him,
No,
not
I get that,
her.
yeah,
Yeah.
but we also know, like, come on, if when the husband owns something, she owns it more. That's just how it works. But it's kind of, and then also the fact is Biden's about to, and I haven't read on it, but people are talking about how, well, they're about to pass something that is going to cause Tesla stock to go up, which is, that's how different is it? Look, just because we were going on Kelly Loeffler about doing internet trading based off of the Corona thing, doesn't mean that we don't know that others are doing it. Doesn't matter which side, because at the end of the day, people don't care if they're Republican or Democrat. They're going to care about their money more than anything, right?
Yeah, I will say this is a little different from the Kelly Loeffler thing for two reasons.
Well, one is you're lying to us. Yeah, where you
Well,
can't
yeah,
say that.
well, yeah. That's one reason. One reason is like they actually filed a disclosure saying this. I forget the guy's first name, but Mr. Pelosi bought this many shares in Tesla. Right? There was a disclosure. The second reason is Biden, really every Democratic candidate that ran for the nomination have been saying about moving towards greener jobs, electric vehicles, all that stuff, some more than others. So we always knew when the Democrats come in, there's gonna be less of a move towards coal and more of a shift towards like electric vehicles, less like natural gas and all that stuff, more climate control stuff, climate change stuff.
Same way, I'm pretty sure there was people once Trump got into office, they bought into like whatever the Keystone Pipeline would cause the market to go up because he put more money into that. So that I get.
So he bought it after Biden won, but before he announced the new climate change stuff. So after Biden won, those stocks went up, but after he announced the climate change stuff, Pelosi is expecting that it's going to go up even more. It's actually gone down so far, but it's going to go up. It was the same thing with all the people that bought Aurora Cannabis because they believed a Democratic-controlled Senate would pass laws to decriminalize marijuana. There's Joe Manchin, so who knows? But yeah, but that's how the market's supposed to work. You're like, oh, this is what's going on in politics.
It's the same way as here in Georgia. They're thinking of that. They always introduce every year. They're trying to introduce casinos here, gambling in Georgia. If that were to happen, and I'm pretty sure Zino's going to do it because, as you can tell, he's a stock market guru. Don't take his advice, though, ladies and gentlemen.
This is not advice. Yes, thank you.
But if I was like him and if I start getting to stock, if I find out that gambling is going to become legal, I'm going to buy into something that's related to that, right?
Yeah.
what the hell, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure in private Zino will tell me. But this is like same thing because that's two things that they're trying to I think every state that's losing money is going to start looking into is like, can we make gambling legal or can we make cannabis legal?
Yeah.
And whichever one does, people in those states or out of those states even will start buying into them because the stuff's. I get them. That market is there. Same thing with the Nancy Pelosi thing, but same thing. Elon Musk is a little bit different, obviously, because you're kind of telling them.
Yes.
But
you're saying, hey, look at this one. And then there was something about a Reddit where no, this one I haven't verified, but apparently like he wrote something like, oh, I like AMC popcorn. Something like that. Yeah. So and that's just him trolling, but it then causes wild swings, so.
But it's not him, what's it called, doing something. He's influencing, yes, I get that.
Yeah.
But he's not over there purposely doing something like buying it and then saying it in order for him to get more money. It's just like he's looking out for his
that
friends.
would be a crime. That would be a crime if he did that.
That would be a crime, I know.
Yeah. But no, you're right. I think where he's concerned, I think that's just trolling. Just like, hey, I'm gonna like blow up the entire system. But yeah, man, the whole thing it's wonky. And I'm just hoping I make some money off of AMC. We'll see.
Well, if you do, he's gonna buy his new equipment. All right, so